Hi, my name is Dynasty, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your event live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your talk show, sitcom, showcase, and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers, show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are very exciting times we live in. Traditional TV is all but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is now on the Roku platform with a viewership of 46 million and counting. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and streaming your own show or movie, or coming in as a sponsor or an advertiser, please send your contact information with a short description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Ms. Fur, and welcome to The Flavor. And our top 10 countdown starts with
I was dead broke, I ain't had shit, but I made it all happen like magic. They counted me out, but I still made it out, and I took home the crown like a pageant.
You covered your dream, number 2 on title, number 1 on iHeart, got the whole world singing.
Hello, this is Papa Snoop, and this is the tip of the week.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry, leave me a message.
I just
Bye.
wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
Hello and welcome to hello and welcome. I'm Mercury Rising and I'll be your host today. And my co-host is Mr. Tacoma Washington. Mr. Tacoma Washington, say hey.
Hey.
So we're going to be talking about our books. And my book is Men in My Bed, True Love is Hard to Find, Relationship Chronicles. And Tacoma, your book?
Chasing Waterfalls, an erotic novel.
Okay, so we have 2 erotic novels up here on stage today. So, Tacoma, tell me a little bit about your book.
Well, my book is a semi-autobiography about a young man who is a New York City police officer. He is married, but he has an affair. He has an affair with a woman who is the girlfriend of his cousin. His cousin and the character are best friends, and they're running partners. And he has an affair with this woman, and it just evolves to a lot of deceit and trust, or mistrust, I should say. And it's just it's a good read. It's a good read. It's a steamy read. It's definitely a good steamy read.
So how far do you have to get in the book to get to the steamy stuff? 'Cause I like go straight to the steamy stuff.
Page 3, at least page 3.
Page 3?
It gets right into it.
Wow. So give me an example of one of the steamy things that's on page 3. Just one.
Okay, so I believe it's in chapter 4. Jonah is home and his wife is getting ready to go to service on a Sunday. And she jumps in the shower and she intercepts a text message on his phone. There's a little confusion with the phone, and she sees a text message. Someone sends him a picture, X-rated picture, and she flies through the roof. And he's trying to explain, it's just an anonymous picture. knowing that he knows it's probably just a mass sending, you know, a couple of recipients since he's in a text message thread. So he has to quickly divert her attention to get her mind off this picture, this booty picture, and he just jumps into the shower, you know, making love to her, a steamy love scene that's just beyond words.
Wow. So, she just let him do that without explaining about the picture?
Well, you have to read the book. You know, I encourage, you know, viewers today to, you know, pick up a copy, read the book, and then you'll see exactly what, you know, what takes place, what evolved to that. It's not that she forgave him, you know, it's just that she was just overcome with the passion, and but it's it's really steamy.
So, you said that's true?
Some parts of it
Some parts
are,
of it.
you know, close friends and family members. I'll tell them that you have to, if you know me, you may be able to decipher, you know, which parts are true or not. But it's all fun. It's all fun. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had a good time writing it?
I had an excellent time writing it. Yes, it took me a little longer than expected because it was my first novel, and but it was fun and it was worthwhile. You know, every effort, and it just came together. And I'm looking forward to completing the sequel.
Okay. Wow. So you started on the sequel already?
Yes, yes, but
How
I am
far?
behind schedule. Not to make excuses, but COVID put me a little behind schedule. But yes, it is still in the writing process.
Okay. Cool. That's a bit. You still smiling, so it must be really interesting.
I'm blushing a little bit because it is. You know, there was one thing I had told my younger sister. I said, you know, support your brother, but I was a little apprehensive about telling her to read it. You know, but she's a grown woman. You know, but it's still. I told my mother. I said, Ma, don't read this book. You know, promise me that you won't read it. So my sister just recapped and told her, you know, not the meat and potatoes, but the plot of it itself. You know.
Okay. So the title, Chasing Waterfalls, because something come to my mind about chasing waterfalls, but so let me tell you what comes to my mind when I'm about chasing waterfalls.
Okay.
What comes to my mind is a woman having an orgasm and she's just flowing. So how did you come about with it?
Well, when I knew I was going to first pen this erotica, I knew that I wanted to name it Chasing Waterfalls after the TLC song, Chasing Waterfalls. And it's basically that, you know, what's out there, what's good for you may not be good for you. So it just tied in with the song by TLC and the video that they made with, you know, for it. And to me, it just encompasses the whole essence of the book, Chasing Waterfalls, because the main character, Jonah, is chasing someone that isn't his. You know, he broke his marital vows. You know, he's a New York City police officer, and he damn near almost loses his job because of some of the things that, you know, he's doing as he's pursuing this woman. And it's just a you know, in my opinion, you know, a fabulous read. And you know, from friends and family who've purchased the book and, you know, made reviews, you know, they were pleased with it too. So it was fun.
So that woman must have been something else.
You would have to ask the character because it's not, that part of it is not an autobiography, but it's not an autobiography.
Wow. Whew. Chasing Waterfalls.
Yes, available wherever paper books are sold and online, of course, BarnesandNobles.com and all other platforms. And
So where are you starting the sequel off at?
I'm starting. Well, I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give any of the
Sequel information
out, but it's as a sequel would follow. You know, the format. It picks off where I can't get into it, but it just picks up where this novel leaves, and just takes it on another new journey that it's really exciting. I find it once it's completed more entertaining than the predecessor, than the original.
Really?
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you for that tidbit.
Yeah, thank you.
Chasing Waterfalls.
Yes.
So I know I have some questions for you, and you may have some questions for me related to our novels.
Yes.
So you can ask me some questions if you like
Sure, yes.
about my book.
Of course.
Men
All
in
right.
my bed.
Men in your bed. The number one question, I know that you're asked 1,000 times, but I have to make it 1,001. The inspiration.
The inspiration? Well, I think the inspiration for me was a little bit more therapeutic for me than it was anything. And then the 3 men I chose, 3? I don't think it was 3. But the 3 main men I chose, could have been more. I could have chosen from a different set of men, but I chose these 3 because they were the last part of my, I'll say my grown-up years. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But the inspiration was definitely therapeutic. So I learned that if you need to talk about it, you need to write it or act it out, and then you need to decide what you're going to do with it, whether you're going to throw it away or you're going to burn it. So that's a process I went through.
Being therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's a good tool. Because it helps you process your past, and it helps the readers. It helps them get through. Just when you share your story, and you may not think that you may think that your story is unique, but there are millions of other people out there with a similar story, and then they can relate to that, and that's very helpful.
Yeah, I've even had from Facebook, I've had quite a few men that told me they had the same experience, which I was shocked. Not shocked that they had the experience, but I was shocked that they actually admitted it. But they were men that were in their 50s and 60s, and they were saying, because I have a group, Bedroom Chronicles group on another page, and they joined my group, and they were telling me. So I talked to them for a little while, and it was very, very interesting.
Very
that they
interesting.
would come forward with that. Yeah, so it's a lot of people that have shared in some of the same experiences that I've endured over the years, but wouldn't wish none of that on my childhood ones, especially. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. But it's good. I have a large family, so it's good that my family know, and it's good that my sisters know, my daughters know, my grandkids know, and by them knowing and they're aware, then that keeps, I think it keeps that, circle from repeating. Yeah. So
Breaking that cycle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. During your writing process, what would you say was the, if you want to relate it into chapters, what was the most difficult to get through as you were writing?
I had 4 difficult moments. So getting through childhood was very hard. I was angry. I went through every emotion you could imagine. So because I wrote it, then I had to reread it, then I had to do some corrections, then I was going to read it again. So that was hard because I relived it every time I read the words, and it came up to a point in my life where I realized that I had to just stop being a victim, and I just chopped up everything and said, okay, what you got for me next? But that next thing, everything moving forward I'm going to look at it as a lesson.
It's a lesson.
So if I look at it as a lesson, then it's not going to stay there, because I learned that lesson is over and done. And some lessons I did have to repeat some lessons, but I asked God, I was like, show it to me, let me learn it in the most remedial way possible, because I don't want to repeat it again. So I just had to pay attention.
Definitely.
I needed to pay attention, and I needed to listen, because I wasn't doing a lot of listening, especially in the relationships. When it came to the relationships in the book, the men would tell me things, and I wasn't listening because it was something that I wanted. So I went with what I wanted instead of what the person was actually telling me. So, but I did learn it. I learned that I should listen, because he did say A, B, C, and D, But I said, okay, you saying A, B, C, and D, but I'll do this to cover A, I'll do this to cover B, and I'll do this to cover C. So there I was doing too much. And if a man said he ain't got the time for a relationship, he ain't got the time. And I learned that, so that's I learned it the hard way.
The hard way.
The hard way.
And I'm sure that it took a lot of courage. Did you find, were there any chapters, again, that as you were penning it, that you felt, wow, this is going into publication and people are going to know my story? Did you feel at any time, let me scale back from the whole truth? Or, it may be embarrassing, once readers say, oh, wow, I didn't know that about her.
No, but scale back from, I did scale back from the truth a lot. Believe me, I scaled back from the truth. It's so much more I could have put in there. It would have been horrific, especially in the childhood years, but I didn't put it in there. I didn't care. I don't care too much about what people say. And I definitely, right now in my life, I didn't care what family said, because all the family members that I wouldn't have wanted to know about this, they were all dead. So, and I felt it was safe for me to write this book because it wouldn't be no embarrassment to them. Because older people back, my great grandmother was born in 1902. My grandmother was born in 1922, and they were, what happens in the family stay in the family, but they're gone. So, and my mom was gone before my grandmother, but after my great grandmother. And my mom was aware of one thing that happened. And my grandmother was aware of one thing that happened because I told her. That's the situation with the uncle. But I told my grandmother and my mother. But I was in my 30s when I told them that.
Wow.
But that because I confronted him in front of her. So, and his daughter and a couple of my kids at the time. So, because they needed to be aware of what type of uncle that is. So.
Yes. Yeah. Any plans for for the big screen?
Yeah.
Okay. In the works.
I can't say much about that, but so like you can't say much about your secret. I can't say much about the big screen.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a future plan.
Do you plan on a sequel? Okay.
That's in the works too.
Okay. All right. Have you started?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 characters right now, but none of them are romantic characters, but one was a romantic character, so one was an ex, but he's in it, and one was a really, really good friend. Not romance, but a good friend, yeah.
All right. And is this your first novel?
This is my first novel. I wrote a little book before when my mother passed, but it was just a book of poetry. So, but I did add some of the poetry that I wrote to this book.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember a past guest, a caller. He had said, he had picked up some of the or picked out some of the best poems that he liked and liked into it. So
that one was When My Soul Cries, because I was dealing with so much loss. So who was it? My sister died when she was in her 40s. She might have been 42. And she left 5 kids. And then my great grandmother died, my cousin Rakia died, my sister died, my uncle died. It was just everybody going within 2 years of each other. Then my mother died, and I didn't have time to even grieve. It took me 2 years before I even cried for my mom after she passed.
Wow.
And I remember going to take my kids to South Carolina and coming back through Savannah River Plate through Augusta to home. I cried all the way from Augusta to Snellville, 2 hours.
Wow.
My eyes were so puffy and red when I got home,
Yeah.
but I needed that. But it was just one song that came on the radio that triggered it. So, oops. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, so writing is just a good way to release.
It is.
Yeah,
It is definitely therapeutic. I remember when I was a kid, I used to write poems, and my mother would put them on the refrigerator door. But I just evolved from that, and I feel like if you, I never wanted to force it. If it didn't come, to me, if it didn't flow through me, I just sought different ways to, express myself. And sadly to say, erotica was one of the things I was, able to express myself with ease.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my father used to buy, Playboy magazines, and there was another magazine there. They're no longer in business, called Forum, and
Yeah, I remember
no
that.
pictures, just just
Read it,
articles. Yeah, just and I used to read that from cover to cover, and I guess that's what ignited the like a passion, like the because love making is a it's a spiritual thing, one-on-one, or some may feel it's a science, but
I think it's a science.
It's a science, but definitely being a young reader,
Yeah, Forum was nasty.
it was nasty, but it was. But I think the one thing that I enjoyed were the editorials, the stories, just some of them were educational. Aside from the pictures, because I don't think Forum had any pictures.
No, it wasn't pictures.
Playboy and Hustler did, and they may have small excerpts on, and I would look through the pages, whatever. But Forum was a book that I have to honestly say I learned from, just learned, mind and body all in one, being in tune.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any tips in chasing waterfalls you want to share with the audience today?
Tips in
In lovemaking, yeah.
Well, I definitely, but again, I have to encourage. I would greatly encourage, the viewers, to pick up a copy and read it. But I will say that it's not that I'm evading the question. It's just that to lead up to it, it's difficult without giving, giving the book away, or just that one chapter, because I want the readers to be surprised. I want them to be surprised, and it gets grimy. In one word, the essence or the background story, it's just grimy, but it's a true love story, if I could say that. It's a love story. And you're like, what's an erotica? How can it's a love story? Because a sex aside, and the drama aside, and the cheating and mistrust, it is a love story. For all those that love a good love story, it's a and that's another thing I did as a teenager. I used to buy those supermarket magazines.
Novels.
I used to love those. I used to just buy 3 or 4 different publications, and just read through those, and used to love it.
Well, we're going to commercial. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dynasty. Welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your event live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your talk show, sitcom, showcase, and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers, show your movie, and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are very exciting times we live in. Traditional TV is all but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is now on the Roku platform with a viewership of 46 million and counting. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and streaming your own show or movie, or coming in as a sponsor or an advertiser, please send your contact information with a short description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Cow, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party. All right, see y'all later. Bye. Hi.
Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles with the host, Mercury's Rising, and I am a co-host for the evening, Tacoma, Washington. And during the commercial break, we wanted to cover a topic, and we encourage callers to call in And the question for this evening is, how long should good lovemaking last? 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes, an hour and a half? It's one of those questions where, it's no two people are alike. So what are your thoughts? How long should good lovemaking last?
Well, good lovemaking, I think it should last no less than 2 hours. But also now, I think good lovemaking can be that quickie when you first get up in the morning time before you go to work.
Okay.
And that's because that can get you through the whole day. But you want that knockout one in the nighttime before you go to bed.
Okay.
That's going to get you through the whole night.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Well, my thoughts are on it like this. This should be no set time. Because, if everything's in tune and both partners, everything is working fine, you call it like dominoes, 25 minutes or less, and, just, and keep it moving. I have a friend of mine, and she said that she requires lovemaking like 2 hours. And I look at her, come on, 2 hours? We got to get to sleep. We got jobs. The kids may be up soon. It's 2 hours is a long time.
No, it goes by real fast. It does. It go by real fast. Cause look, I like foreplay, and I'm sure my partner like foreplay. So I would like foreplay, because he would know that I like foreplay.
Exactly.
So foreplay gonna take up some time.
It takes up time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can do some little foreplay, then you can do some little the hardcore stuff and you can get back to foreplay.
Okay.
So yeah, and then especially if it's certain things in the foreplay that you like to do, it's gonna last.
But 2 hours is a long time.
It go by real fast.
I know it goes by fast, and for one, I never asked her, well, what do you do? Time yourself? You put a timer? If he's a good lovemaker, and if he's 10 minutes short of 2 hours, what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Just give him the thumbs down, kick him out of bed.
My experience has been like, character in the book. Let's say Larry. Now, so Larry was the older guy, and he's the one say, oh, you never had a man till you had an old man. But shoot, he was only 5 years older than me. So I guess he was taking his time because I hadn't had that orgasm yet. So I'm 35, no orgasm, 3 kids, no orgasm, but he was going to take me where I needed to be. So I said, okay. I didn't know what to look forward to, but he took his time, and by him taking his time, it took 2 hours. I didn't time him, but when I look at it, when we were done, it was 2 hours. Every time it was 2 hours.
Every time?
Every time it was 2 hours. He didn't time it neither, but that's just how long it took for both of us to get the full effect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about, because again, it's incumbent upon both parties to say 2 hours.
No, we don't say.
Okay,
we just get in and we just go.
You get to it.
Yeah, and then, but when we finish, it's 2 hours.
Okay, and what if it's 2 people, right? And what if one party says, come on, I gotta get to sleep. I got a flight in the morning. I gotta get to work.
I got a remedy for that. It's called beat the clock. So me and he's in here. Joe. So we used to play this game called Beat the Clock in the morning time. Okay, he has to be to work at 7 o'clock. Military, because we work in the military base. So then he's like, okay, the clock gonna go off at 5:30, 5:45, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, we got 15 minutes. I want you to give me head but you got to be done by 6 o'clock. So he can get to work on time.
Okay.
So I had to go along with it and make sure that he got where he needed to be by 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So I had to play, I said, okay, I'm going to put this in my mind that I'm going to play Beat the Clock.
Okay.
And I could beat the clock 15 minutes, had him where he needed to be.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, and you can decline to answer this question, but let's say before, when you gradually got up to 2 hours. What were your average lovemaking sessions prior to that? You know, like when you were, you know, just a, you know, when you were young, you know, what was it, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and you gradually got up to 2 hours?
Well, you know what?
And you can decline. You can decline the answer.
No, because some of them wasn't love making. Some of them was just having sex, and I equate having sex with, okay, we just gonna hug and kiss and go right to it. That's just having sex. But when you get take the whole body and mind with it, and you take your time, then then it's the 2 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And that ain't got nothing to do with bath and shower and oiling down and none of that. That's just me and you and hands on for 2 hours exploring. Yeah.
So the 2 hours encompasses just the physical act of intercourse, or is it just everything that leads up? It's the hugging.
It's everything that leads up to it.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
But in the 2 hours, you have intercourse more than once. So it might need a rest period. So you're gonna get the go back to the foreplay.
Okay,
and do
all right.
something else.
Well, that's one question I never asked my friend. You know, did she mean 2 hours of the act of intercourse, or from the moment that you?
No, nobody gonna do that.
Well, that's the way she
That's hospital visit.
That's the way she explained it. It's like pound me out for 2 hours. 2 hours?
No.
2 hours.
No pounding for 2 hours.
Listen,
No.
I'm a man of a certain age, but I think even when I was 18, 19, 2 hours,
no, it's all of it. You want
18, 19.
Because you want your body to be lit up from head to toe.
In 18, 19, when I was still living under my parents' roof, I didn't have the luxury of 2 hours.
Wow.
I had to look out for my father, make sure, I hear his car coming up in, with a key in the door or something. I didn't have 2 hours. So we got it in when, we get it in 30 minutes. Like I said, 30, 45 minutes. If all parties, how do they say it in court? If all parties are, if everyone's fine with 30 minutes or 45 minutes, that's fine. Which leads me to this next question. And again, you can plead the fifth. On average, what do you think the average person's preference is? AM or PM lover? Are you an early morning lover or a late night lover?
I think the average person, I think the average may be PM. Because with the working Americans these days, they might be a little, I don't want to get up too early. But a lot of people are not like that.
Yeah.
And I like to put things on a personal note, so I'm not like that.
Okay.
Bring it whenever you want.
Whenever you want, because there are downsides. There's a downside to the AM. From just me personally, like in the AM, so sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'll see two people wake up and knowing it's a movie and they wake up, But what about morning breath? You have morning breath and they're getting into it. First thing in the morning. Sticking your tongue down my throat, first thing, nah, so I definitely, my personal preference, PM. I can't do it in the, first thing in the morning. I mean, I can, but, like I said, I like to kiss when I make love. So, not unless I'm going to jump up and take care of the oral hygiene.
Yeah, you get up and take care of it.
Yeah, but some people may say, some women may say, you're missing the moment. You're going to step away when I was ready to do this, and then you stepped away to, freshen your breath. Yeah, and I wish you do the same too, but if you miss that moment, then you get back in bed and she says, no, time has passed, So that's why, and then, I'm more alert at the end of the day, versus, being woke up. Now, I will say, being woken up a certain way, by some oral sex is a good thing. That's a good way. That's a good way to be woken up. So
instead of a long clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe they should come up with an invention like this.
They probably
available
have.
on Amazon.com. Set your time, 6 a.m. and just.
But you probably have to wear it to sleep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hey, but I bet you somewhere somebody is thinking of that. Thinking of that.
You just gave them the idea.
Yeah, I know, right? As long as I get credit for that, the patent and pending. AM or PM. AM or PM. Well, like I said, there's a downside and an upside to everything. And the downside, I believe, personal opinion, the downside to PM is, like if there are kids, if you have young kids at home, try to get them in bed, you know, at a decent hour, you know, 7, 8 o'clock. You know, again, trying to get that in when you can.
Wow.
You know,
Those days.
yes. But if you don't have that problem, then it's you know, get it in when you want to, when you can.
Just get it when you can. Get it when you can. So what's another question you got over there?
Well, I did. Okay, so you know, if you're an AM or PM lover, what about people who say they need to have sex or like 3 or 4 times, multiple times throughout the day? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they're lying, or do you think, hey, you know, 3 or 4 times a day? If you have a job, I don't see how that's possible. I don't. But if you know, if you're off on the weekends or whatever like that, or you know, maybe because of COVID, you're home. But 3 or 4 times a day, your thoughts?
3 or 4 times a day? I don't see a problem with doing it 3 or 4 times a day, especially if you are younger. Well, I don't even see it if you're older, a problem with it if the person available. But no, I don't see nothing wrong with doing it 3 or 4 times a day. You got time to do it 3 or 4 times a day, especially during COVID.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it either. It's just the you know, we have a busy life. Life is hectic, you know, and I just don't see how it could be done.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Look, you got the kitchen sink while she cooking.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So then are these...
You go take the shower together in the morning.
Okay, granted. So are these people saying, you know, I need it, I like it 3 or 4 or 5 times a day? Are they, again, talking about the physical act of intercourse or just a quickie, just a little groping in the kitchen?
I think it might be just a quickie.
Just a little
yeah.
kissing, a little petting, a little, you know, feeling up?
The pipe. The pipe. No, I said the pipe. No, giving it all to her. So if she had, look, she can be in the kitchen and say she's cooking dinner, and you come in and you want some, and well, I don't know if you want her to. Some people might be, you know, on the hygiene side. Oh, I want you to take a shower first. But then you have some people like, oh no, just pull the frock tail up and go ahead on and get to it right there while she had to sink, cutting up the onion.
Cutting up the onions, making her cry, you know, like, and he's sitting from the back. Is it that good? They're making you cry.
Yeah.
You make it, no, it's not you. It's the onions. It's like, okay, let's get some other vegetables out here or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
so those are the ones that you can get in 3 times a day. You can't get in sessions of love making 3 times a day.
Or climaxing, having, you know, orgasms. You know,
she can have I definitely think she can have one at the same.
Of course, a woman can have multiple orgasms, you know, and, you know, guys, you know, what personally, you know, it's like, you know, I'm like one of those old army rockets, you know. Just, you know, I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need some recoup time, first of all, some recoup time, and some, what's that, the Pedialyte or that other one? I need something like that. So if a person is saying 5 times, that's left to be. We'll talk about that, you know, after this commercial break.
All right. Commercial break.
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. How can you find...
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Dynasty Smith, and I'm your host for The Flavor, where we're going to be showcasing some of the hottest independent artist videos from all around. So y'all tune in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock just by typing into your YouTube bar, TV 1061. So if you go into your YouTube search bar, type in TV 1061 to join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to check out some of the hottest new independent artist videos from all over. If you want to check us out on Facebook, just type in The Flavor and you can find us on Facebook. And yo, for you artists out there, lights, camera, action. Now the camera's on you. If you want to get your video aired on The Flavor, then you need to hit us up at 1061tv@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube link, and then we'll get back to you on details on how you can be on The Flavor.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry, leave me a message.
I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body, driving me crazy. I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body.
And welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles with your host, Mercury's Rising, and her co-host, me, Tacoma, Washington. We're having, always on commercial break, we're having these behind the scenes conversations, and we wanted to bring you on these conversations. So before we proceed, I just want to ask everybody, if you're viewing, go ahead and hit that like button down below and share us and subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that like button. We'd appreciate that. So we were talking about lingerie. Well, women, do they buy lingerie for themselves or for men? Your thoughts?
Well, I think women buy lingerie for men, but I don't.
You buy it for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I buy lingerie for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because for years I wasn't even into lingerie because I was a little smaller than I was, so I really didn't need a bra, and it's too hot for underwear. So,
Yeah.
so I didn't really have to go through that Victoria's Secret stuff. But so I just go and it ain't too often that they really see you in it.
That's my point exactly.
Right.
That's my point exactly. Now, I also have a blog, for TacomaWashington.com, and one of my posts that I wrote that it was a October 2014 article from Forbes magazine, and they said that the lingerie industry was $1 billion industry, and that's a lot of money.
It is.
$1 billion?
Because I did. So when I used to do, I did a couple of shows with pajamas. And I went and bought some lingerie. Okay. But I bought it for the show. A bra and a panty over $100 for Victoria's Secret. I didn't even like it.
We are on the wrong business.
I don't even like the fit.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel that it was comfortable. But it looked good, but it just wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
So I like comfort. Give me a sports bra.
Yeah. And that's my point exactly. I think that, and again, my opinion, I think that women buy lingerie for themselves, to feel pretty, to feel sexy, and then for the men secondly,
Right.
So and I don't have a problem with that. But again, I said, I had to adjust my my eyes. $1 billion, $1 billion, and just like you said, women have those lingerie parties. They host these parties,
Yeah,
and
they do.
The income that's they make from that is astronomical.
It is.
And it's fun, you know, and they make a lot of money, you know, it's a side hustle. But you know, from a man's point of view, I say, okay, you know, past experience. I've had my lover come in with lingerie, and she, you know, the big production, you know, and it's like ta-da-da, and she'll come out and she'll model it. I was like, wow, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. For about 5 seconds, then I'm like, okay, take that off. Those are my
$100.
Those are my 5 words. Take that shit off. Take that shit off. 4 words. Okay. And then you know they get a little upset because it's like I spent you know $175 on this, and you know it's like, yeah, I appreciate it, you know, but I want to get to the. To me, it's more appealing to see a woman's naked body than
just put on a towel and drop
it. Yeah, I mean there are some sets out there, you know. My knowledge, I don't know a lot, you know, like the French lace and the you know, like boy shorts, or I don't think so. But not so much the G-string, because that's just, you know. But there's a certain type of cut of a panty that I've seen that I like, but I don't know the name of it. But and I'm like, damn, that shit looks good. But take that off, you know. You know, like I said, women that buy them for themselves, and I'm all for that. You know, if it makes you feel good, makes you feel sexy, then that's great. Because you know, if you feel good and you look good, it's going to show in the bedroom. You know, and that's what it's about.
So if I'm going to buy one for a man, it's just going to be the edible one. Be gone anyway.
I've never had an experience with that.
No.
Never. You know, edible.
Edible one.
Is it comfortable? Isn't it kind of sloppy or sticky?
No.
You know, ants in the bed.
No.
You know.
None of that.
None of that. None of that. Okay. Well.
Then she can get us. You ain't even got to say those 4 words.
Take that shit.
You can't even say that. It's dessert time.
Can I get some more? Can you bring a spoon? You know. Oh man. But you know, with the lingerie, you know, the billion-dollar industry, it's a beautiful thing. More power to you. You want to wear it? Be my guest. You know, but don't be upset if I say take it off. You know, I want to see. But what do you think about, or what do you think the average of lovers out there that like food, that like to bring food into foreplay? Whipped cream, honey, chocolate, things like that.
The average? Wow. Well, you know, I think... and
you could plead the fifth, you know.
People that's health conscious people, I'll say if you have a profession in the medical field, then you might be a little subconscious about where you putting their food at. So, but then again, you're gonna be licking everywhere. So why not put it there?
Why not? You know, I think when I was young, you know, I like to experiment. As I've gotten older, it's you know, because you can have a lot of fun. You know, like think about chocolate syrup, you know, and then it's going to get everywhere. You know, then afterwards, do you want to sleep in that? Then you have to, now we have to change the sheets. So you know, now you're changing the sheets 3:30 in the morning. You don't feel like doing that because you're going to sleep in that and be all sticky. So. You know, but when you're young, you're down for anything. You say, okay, let's get the baby oil, let's get the chocolate syrup, let's get the whipped cream, let's get some cherries. You know, I've seen some comedy skits where, you know, there was, I think it was I forget what Marlon Wayans movie it was, and they had, you know, cherry and pineapple and everything on a woman's navel, and he's just getting into it. You know.
This woman, she was wrapped up in this saran wrap.
I think that's a different movie, but still, again, I think that was a Wayans brother production. But I don't mind it. I didn't mind it when I was young, but as I've gotten older, just leave these. You know, it wouldn't if it's introduced to the bedroom. I'm not going to knock it, but I won't be the one to introduce it because I got some other things, you know, up here that I want to, you know, get going on. You know, but. You know, when it gets late and you got to change those sheets, you know, for one reason or another. And you had mentioned it about, which we'll say that for another show. You know, the waterfalls and you know. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
And you know, squirting. That'll be another topic. We can run that for the whole hour. That's one of my things that I really enjoy. You know.
What's squirting?
You know,
audience might not know. I know what
that's
squirting
true.
is.
Yes, squirting when when a woman gets so wet during the manipulation, and she just just squirts, because I'm trying to get used to being free, no censorship, but yes, the young kids know it, that macaroni sound.
Yeah, so it's like a water gun.
Yeah.
Wow,
And you'll
okay.
definitely find many
Squirts in there, huh?
squirt scenes in here, because Jonah, he's a squirt fiend,
Oh,
and he lives for that, and that's the autobiography part.
Live for a squirt, huh?
Plead the fifth, but when the bed gets that wet, so sometimes you have to take precaution, and you have to lay some things down.
Yeah.
So when that gusher comes out, move that, and then you can get to bed without changing the sheets.
Oh, okay.
Just like I said, there's nothing worse than changing the sheets 4:30 in the morning when you have to get up at 7. So, changing the sheets, and I only got 2 hours of sleep on them. So, but the lingerie, getting back to the lingerie, billion-dollar industry. Women do it for themselves, I believe, first, and men second.
Wow. But
What was that?
I don't know. But the changing sheets, I remember back in the day when, I remember back in the day we used to just keep an extra set of sheets to the side because you're going to have to change the sheets later.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
be prepared.
All right. Yeah. And I guess that's the reason why, for men, see, men, it's limited for men. We don't have anything to enhance our appearance. It's just like boxer shorts, boxer brief, boxer shorts. What else is out there? For men. After a shower, I don't come in with anything on to feel sexy. There's nothing I can put on that's going to make me feel sexy other than just making sure that you're lotioned up, and that's it. Not having a bare belly. Nothing against men with, out there with bare bellies. Be true to yourself and be happy with yourself. But to be appealing to a woman, be in shape a little bit, or be able to if you're average, what they call a dad bod. I have a dad bod. But there's nothing for a man to there's nothing on the market for a man to put on to make themselves more appealing to a woman.
Wow.
Your thoughts? What do you think?
I think that's true. I don't think they really need to put on anything.
I mean, I don't. What could?
I think because I'm always just giving my personal perspective on it. So, let's say he has a beer belly, but he got a nice ass. you ain't paying attention to the beer belly. And then he got from the back, he looks good. Nice chiseled legs, nice firm butt. And he just looked good. Then he got wide shoulders from the back. And then when he turned around, he said, "Oh, baby, you look so good from the back, but we're going to have to work on that beer belly." And I think when I've watched a partner get out the bed and just go to the bathroom to clean up, I'm looking at, I check out his butt. I'm looking at his legs. Do he have a dimple that's above the 2 cheeks in his back? I noticed that. How the curve come down to the side. Just notice everything. But he don't know you're noticing, but that's what you're noticing. Why he's naked and he don't have to have on anything.
Okay.
Or you going to say, "Oh, he can whistle in the wind." Swing it back and forth. But he don't know
He doesn't
that you
know.
have no thoughts.
Yeah, he doesn't know. We're clueless.
Yeah.
We are clueless.
So.
All right. especially if if you like the lights on, lights off.
Oh, I want the lights on.
On.
Yeah, you can have some dim lights. Yeah, don't have to be.
Yeah, dim lights. Yeah,
dim lights
not
on.
floodlights. Nothing like in the
'cause
studio.
I have a medical background. I want to see everything.
So if you weren't in a medical background, then you would be more lax with it?
I probably would be more relaxed, but no, I need to see what's
Mm.
coming at me.
Yeah, magnifying glass, perhaps, maybe.
No.
What are those the
No,
jeweler?
I got nice hands. I just
All right.
feel my way around.
thinking you know, with a magnifying glass and, you know.
Look, you can be going through a whole examination and don't even know.
And don't even know.
Don't even know it.
The men don't know.
The men don't know.
Clueless.
Yes, clueless.
As I stated, clueless.
You get with somebody with a nursing background or just medical background. They done give you a head to toe assessment and you don't even know it.
Any co-pays involved?
No, none involved.
Check. What's the form of payment here? Check, money order, or
okay.
PayPal?
Okay, no. Then it's like, well, if you see me, if it goes through, if I stay, we good. You made it good. So I didn't come over nothing that I thought was peculiar. So then I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, if your lover came into the room and cut the lights completely on, would you say dim them?
No, I'm good with that.
You're
Yeah,
good?
I'm good with that.
I think even, you know, going back again, where it all stems from, lights on, you know, but not bright, but some illumination so I can see.
Yeah.
Because, you know, women always say men are visual, and we surely are. We surely are. So I want to see the silhouette. I want to see, you know, maybe a little bit more light. I want to see it all. You know, I want to see what I'm smacking. You know, so, I want to accidentally smack you in your head. You know, when I'm reaching for your ass. You know, then that'd just ruin the whole mood right there.
Yeah,
so,
it would.
Now I gotta have, you know, we are visual creatures. So. Yeah, you gotta have the lights on. So.
But I'm okay with darkness too now, but that's after the fact. Yeah. So we done been where we needed to go, and then we can bring the darkness in.
Yeah,
then.
bring the darkness in.
Bring the darkness in. So.
Oh man. So that, and it also reminds me, you know, again when I was young, you know, and you see it in movies. You know, the girls are shy, you know, shy about their bodies, covering it up. Cut the lights off, you know, and cut the light off. I cut it back on. Cut it off. I cut it back on. You know, so relax. You know, don't. You don't have to do that. You know, feel beautiful because you are. You know, keep those lights on. You know, keep them on.
You know, a lot of women are just self-conscious about their bodies, and I know I was until one person said, and it's amazing how words just work. One person said, work with what you got. And I didn't care nothing about body image from that point on.
Ever since. See,
work with what you got.
See how words can unlock, like you said, can unlock that, you know, the security that you have about yourself. It's just to be able to stand in front of you in a mirror and look at yourself and feel good about yourself, you know, means a lot.
It does.
You know, the young kids out there, 18, 19, you know, in their 20s, firm body, still looking good. They have nothing to worry about. But age will catch up.
It does.
Gravity does take effect. So you may look good, you may look great, you know, 19, 20, 25, but you give it 7 years. Give it 10 years tops. And you're 35 and you're saying, oh, wow, you know, I got that muffin top, they call it, muffin top or whatever. But it's all good. Feel good about yourself. It shows, and that's all that's important. Love yourself first.
Yep.
Because you can't love anybody else until you love yourself first.
That's true. Most definitely. So, on the commercial break, since you said love yourself, because you can't love nobody else unless you love yourself first, let's talk about the I love you. When to say it, how often do you say it, how often do you say it?
You know, good topic. I think that it should be said when you feel it, not like an obligatory thing. You know, if you're speaking back and forth to your husband, your wife, your lover, you know, whoever, you know, say 16 times a day. Do you say it 16 times a day after each phone call? You know, it takes the meaning out. To me, you know, the redundancy of it takes the meaning out. So say it like when you really, you know, when you feel it. Otherwise, it's just like salutations. Love you too. You know, love you too. You know, just say it like when you mean it. How do you feel about that?
Well, I guess I'm a little different on that one, cause I like to say it all the time. So, but I don't say it like I wouldn't say it like a broken record. So,
exactly. Yeah.
In the morning, no, in the morning it's just good morning. Unless we leaving separately, and I'll say, okay, love you, have a good day. Okay, you might talk. So my partner might talk to me lunch or before we get off from work, and I say, okay, see you when you get home. Love you, bye. And then you can expect one more before we go to bed at night.
Of course, yeah.
So that's like,
But too often, it just seems to take away the heartfelt moment. You know, like you said, you get up in the morning, you're going separate ways. He may get into a car and then forget his coffee mug, and he comes back in, you're still in the kitchen. You know, you just said, I love you, gave him a kiss.
You ain't got to say it again.
90 seconds ago. All right, but some women...
Expect it again.
Yeah.
No.
I just can't. I just saw you like 60 seconds ago. I forgot my coffee mug.
Okay, we're going to a commercial break. Be right back. Please join us again.
Please come back.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
This world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles. I am Mercury's Rising, your host, and with me today is Tacoma Washington. He is co-hosting.
Yes.
So we are talking a little bit about our novels, and his is erotica, and mine is erotica, and we're just trying to share a little bit of wisdom with the audience out there today. So we're going to talk a little bit about good health. Because you need to have good health if you want to be able to have those long-winded, you know, sometimes when you're making love, you're going to have that, what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. But when you have to grasp for air.
Yeah. Short breath.
So you don't want to be short of breath or go into an asthma attack. You want to be able to, you know, ride it out.
Ride it out.
Ride
indeed.
it out. Yeah, ride it out. So, you know, like taking a little 30 minutes walk 2 or 3 times a week, cutting back on the sodas and alcohol, drinking more water. Because when you drink more water, your skin looks beautiful. It's just radiant at night, and you turn that light on a little dim. It's just glycerin. So just a few things, and then make sure you're eating a lot of green leafy vegetables and fruits and vegetables, because you know that the nectar from this fruit gives your nectar a mighty sweet taste, right? Tacoma?
Is that where they?
Yes.
I'm learning something every day. Is that where they come with the saying, sweeter the berry,
sweeter the juice?
Okay, I knew there had to be something to it.
Yes.
Something behind it.
Yep.
Okay. So.
You know, any fruit that's succulent and is meaning you suck it on it a lot, you're getting all those juices gonna come out in your nice body fluids.
So I have to stop by Kroger on the way home and pick up some fruit.
Yeah. What kind of fruit you gonna get? Some watermelon.
Which makes good sense. So now I have to ask. You know, now it should be asked. What's your favorite fruit? Then she'll respond and he says, okay, I'm gonna run to the store and I'm gonna get that. Yeah. Why? You know, just want to know.
So some fruits like grapes, but you know, the only grapes that are nutritious are grapes with seeds in it, nothing seedless. But mangoes are good.
Mangoes.
You ever watch a woman eat a mango?
No.
Will she suck the seed?
No.
You said I heard you say you're a visual. You should buy some mangoes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
watch her eat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're going to cut it up for her and then leave a little bit of the meat on the seed and then watch her eat it.
What happens if she doesn't know how to eat it?
Well, then she can.
Okay.
That's a teaching tool.
It's a teaching tool, indeed.
Tool.
Because, you know, if she doesn't know how to eat it and she's just if it's just cumbersome to her, you know, it's like
She can hold it with 2 hands. She can
Mhm.
hold it with 1 hand.
Mhm.
She can get the whole seed in her mouth. Those mango seeds are pretty big. They're
Yeah.
big.
Okay. And
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
So as she's eating it and she's looking up at me, that's the key right
yeah,
there.
There you go.
Always look up.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So,
All right.
so you got watermelon, because watermelon is nice and juicy. Any kind of watermelon, you're gonna be full of fluids.
Mhm.
So you got watermelon, you got grapes, you got the mangoes. Strawberries are good.
Mhm.
For him
Okay.
and her, strawberries are good.
Okay.
What else? I don't think you need anything else.
What about coconuts? I think
Coconuts are hard.
coconuts are good for the heart.
No, they're hard.
They're hard.
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was some benefit to having coconuts.
Well, it is,
Mhm.
but I don't think it'll be. I'm just saying, like, if you having a romantic dinner
Mhm.
or you're going to bed afterwards, you don't want the coconut stuck between your teeth.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's a little hard.
Okay.
So the mango, if you slicing it and then give it a seed with a little bit of meat on it, it's not too much of that going to get between your teeth.
Mhm.
The grapes, not too much of that can get between your teeth. And the watermelon, not too much of that because it's not that stringy to get it between your teeth. But the coconut is going to be in there because it's really, really hard.
The benefactors. Okay.
Yeah, unless y'all just want to get a real coconut, take the nail, put 3 holes in the top, and you just suck out the
juice.
water,
The
the
juice.
coconut
Yeah,
water.
yeah, the
That's
coconut
about the
water.
only thing that's,
Yeah.
but not eating the meat of the coconut.
Uh-huh.
But if you're just going to share in that coconut milk now,
Uh-huh.
that might be.
That might be okay.
Yeah.
Because
But don't use a straw. Put your mouth on it. Yeah,
put your mouth.
on
Okay.
it. Yeah, make
Oh.
it sensual. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in this segment, One Love, One Life, the benefits of maintaining a healthy lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
for a healthy love style is paramount.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen we've seen it. I'm sure people have seen a movie where someone's, like as you said, short-winded and they can't perform and can't get to the finish line, and there's nothing more frustrating than being out of shape and making love. You want to be able to please your partner,
Right.
and have that stamina. Now, this is what you're in the medical field, but I'm not.
Mhm.
But I do. When you speak, I listen.
Uh-huh.
So things like making sure you get proper rest.
Mhm.
That's important.
Right.
Drinking plenty of fluids.
Most
you know,
important,
stress. Keep the stress level
down.
low. Keep it down, minimum as possible. And because believe it or not, as I said earlier, that the mind and the heart all work together. Because the mind, the brain and the sex organs, they're all connected. Everything in your body is all connected, and you want to make sure that you stay in tune and keep everything running tip-top shape. Because there's nothing worse than just being winded. And not that I know anyone personally, but I know that for a man to say, listen, if I have to go out, I want to go out making love. I don't want to, take any pills or get hit by a train or, anything like that. I want to go out in some, making love to a woman. And that's a, I have no complaint there. That's a perfect way. That's a beautiful way to go. But as you get up in age and making love, sex is a physical activity like anything. So, have you ever noticed that, like especially when you're putting in that work, and your heart, you can feel your heart racing. And aside from the sweat, you may have a palpitation, and you want to check yourself and check your pulse. Am I okay?
Yeah.
So again, taking care of yourself so you can live long, so you can enjoy the things in life like sex. You have to just do these things. Cut back on the alcohol, and fried foods whenever. And just one body, one mind. Keep everything, just running smooth.
Because I plan to be doing engaged in intimate stuff when I'm 100.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be chasing them around the kitchen.
Yeah. And which brings to mind is that as we get up in age, and then for those who are also up in age, and you want to get a younger lover, you want to make sure that you're able to hang with that person. Somebody 10, 20 years younger than you, and then you'll be the one, that they have to call a coroner
Well, you know, I'm gonna be the older one, and he will maybe be the younger one.
The younger one,
and he will get the call. The call will be for him.
All right. Cougar. Do you take offense of that term when someone calls you that? Cougar.
No one ever called me a cougar because I guess I think the age difference is 10 years or older. So I haven't even we haven't dated anybody that was 10 years. 10 years older. No. Husband was 9 years younger.
Just made that.
Yeah, just made it.
Okay. Okay, so what is that? Is that your? You wouldn't go below anyone 10 years younger than you? Is that?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say I wouldn't. I just haven't come up to that experience yet.
Okay. And what about up in
Older?
age?
Oh no, I don't have a problem. Look, you know, today 80 looks good.
Today's
80 looks
80?
good, yeah.
Yeah, they always take off 10 years. Today's 80 is like 70. And,
80
you know.
looks really good. I was like,
Okay.
I've seen some older men that look really, really good.
And again, it leads back to taking care of yourself.
Right.
Because you can't be, 80 and, do what you
know.
want to eat what you want and not exercise. And,
True.
It's a blessing to get to a certain age. That's why, when young kids, they they may tease us getting up in age. It's a blessing because you want to make sure that you're blessed to get to this age.
Right.
Certain age, it's a blessing, nothing to be taken for granted.
Nothing at all.
So getting the proper rest and see your doctor regularly, especially with COVID, just on the, don't not see, don't put off seeing your doctor, see your doctor. See, if you feel, and always listen to your mind, always listen to your mind. If you feel, hey, listen, feel a little irregular, go get that checked out. Because you never know, it could be leading to something else. And they always say early, and you can attest to that, early prevention is whatever the rest of the sentence is, but early prevention, early detection. So you want to get something, you want to nip it in the bud.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you want to nip it in the bud.
Yeah, because especially men, because women are experiencing menopause symptoms in their 30s, and men are experiencing being impotent in their 30s.
What would you say what's the leading cause to that early onset now?
When it comes to men and it's saying that they're impotent in their 30s, I think it's just a mind thing. So, because I never heard that until this new generation.
This new generation.
Yeah. Who's impotent at 30? Unless you have some other medical reason to be impotent. No. You should be out there physically fit, running around. But this is almost the end of our show.
Is it?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It was. I had a great time.
It went by so fast.
Yeah.
We got to do this again.
Yeah, I wish work went by that fast. An hour at work went
know.
by that fast. Felt like I've only been here 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it went by so fast.
Yeah.
So we were enjoying it.
Yeah.
But join us next week, Thursday, from 6 to 7. And we will have some more delicious information to share with you.
Definitely.
And you can also send messages to us on Facebook or questions, and we'll answer it if you tuned into the show today, then or whenever you catch it. Just got a question, just send it to either Tacoma or Mercury's.
And please pick up your copy of our novels.
Yes.
Support us. And you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. At Instagram, I am Tacoma, and on Facebook, Tacoma, Washington. And don't forget about my blog and website, tacomawashington.com.
I ain't giving all that because I get too much stuff back. Woo, I can imagine the messages I'm going to have in a few minutes.
It is a challenge, but we got to be out there. We got to promote it. We appreciate you joining us this evening.
Yes. So, Tacoma?
Yes. Mercury's.
You can give us no tip, huh?
Tip, stay healthy. We want to see you back here next week. Stay healthy. And stay horny. Stay healthy, stay horny. Get it in when you can. Get it in and get it in often.
Yeah. that's a good workout for your heart.
Exactly, definitely.
It most
Definitely.
yes.
4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm with it. All right.
Even if you're doing it for yourself.
Another topic.
Yeah.
Another topic, another
Next
show.
week.
All right. Self-pleasure.
Yes, yes. And you can say all them I loves you to yourself every time.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love me. Because if you don't love yourself, who else is going? That's right.
Who will? Who will? Got to do it. It's hard. It's not even hard work to love yourself.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised at how many people don't even know where to start.
Yeah, and I've learned that from you. You gave me some great tips, a few years ago, and because I really didn't know what self-love meant. But I appreciate that for you. A lot of love for you, my sister.
Okay. All right, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you never know what you're saying that might have an impact on somebody else's life, like that the man that told me about work with what you got.
That's right. Yeah.
I never even told him how that impacted me. Yep. Work with
That's
what
why
you
if
got.
something comes to your mind, say it, because it could benefit someone else.
Yep.
Be a blessing to someone else. That's another key phrase that I like to incorporate. Be a blessing to someone else.
These books are good blessings.
Very
Very good blessings.
Don't want to intertwine the two, blessings and erotica.
I know. I know. Yeah, and Christmas is right around the corner.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Oops.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body, driving me crazy. I just want to love you.
This is Miss Fur, and welcome to The Flavor. And our top 10 countdown starts with
I was dead broke, I ain't had shit, but I made it all happen like magic. They counted me out, but I still made it out, and I took home the crown like a pageant.
You accomplish your dream, number 2 on title, number 1 up iHeart, got the whole world.
Hello, this is Papa Snoop, and this is the tip of the week.